Overnight, in the murder of a San Antonio woman who was stabbed to death in her home.
Late last night, in fact, police tracked down and arrested her husband for murder. Charlie Cooper is live on the northeast side where that murder happened. And Charlie, who is this guy and how did they find him?
Good morning, Barry and Sarah. Well, this guy is 41-year-old Carlos Martinez, and they found him on the 2500 block of Palo Alto Road just last night around 9 o'clock. But they say on Sunday, they believe he killed his wife right here where we stand on the 2100 block of Scarsdale here at the Regatta Apartments. Now, they say an argument broke out around 4 that morning, and some neighbors heard it happening. During that argument, they say he pulled out a knife and stabbed her in the neck, and she later died at a local hospital.
He wasn't very cooperative with the investigation with the homicide detectives. Obviously, that's one of the questions that we have. We wanted the motive for this murder. Not much was said during the interview, and like I said, Mr. Martinez will be facing murder charges.
Now, neighbors who overheard the argument taking place in the wee hours of the morning on Sunday say the last things they heard from Martinez's wife was her screaming and pleading for her life, and then suddenly it was just silence. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Charlie. 6:30.